Good morning, students. Our lecture today is Unit 1 of Headway Plus Upper Intermediate Students Book. We have the tense system, informal language, and compound words. Test your grammar. Which time expressions from the box can be used with the sentences below? عندنا هنا box. هذا البوكس be time expressions. So what time expressions can we use with these sentences? First of all, my parents met in Paris. You can say, my parents met in Paris in the 1970s, ages ago, during a snowstorm. Number 2, they travel abroad. You can say, they never travel abroad, they frequently travel abroad, they sometimes travel abroad. So we can use these three with the second sentence. Number 3, they were working in Canada. You can say they were working in Canada when I was born, also in the 1970s, for ages, recently, for a year. Number 4, I was born in Montreal. You can also say in the 70s, ages ago, during a snowstorm. Number 5, my grandparents have lived in Ireland. You can say my grandparents have never lived in Ireland, or recently lived in Ireland, recently here, or for a year. My grandparents have lived in Ireland for a year. You can say my grandparents have lived in Ireland since I was a child. So only these 5 يعني انتم مطالبين فقط بهاي الخمس جمل. Here we have reading of Unit 1. Max wrote a letter to his mom and dad. Hi, mom and dad. Hi, mom. Hi, dad. Been here 2 days but seems like forever. لاحظوا طريقة كتابة الرسالة. Been here 2 days but seems like forever. It's kind of boring and I'm feeling very homesick. More homesick than last year, cause at Pine Trees we had more exciting stuff to do. Here we have an activity called extreme sun tanning. Sun tanning هذا اللي يشمسون وياخذون لون الجسم الأسمر من الشمس. Where you sit outside for 2 hours and do nothing. We also have an activity called sitting around playing chess. لعب الشطرنج. Last year we did stuff like archery and mountain biking. I'm still hanging in there though. Got to go to sleep now. We're making chocolate chip pancakes for breakfast tomorrow. Love you lots, Max. PS تذكرون هاي أخذناها PS يعني postscript يعني note ملحوظة في آخر letter. Could you send me more money? Oh, and my cell phone. All the other kids have their cell phones. راح ناخذ reading ثاني وبعدين نجي شنو موضوع هاي colloquial language. From Sophie Beasley. هاي الإيميل مالتها Wednesday 16 March 10:36 a.m. Beasley. هاي همينة also an email and in New Zealand. Hello again, mom and dad. Nearly 2/3 of the way through the trip now. يعني 2/3 شو نسميها احنا 2 يعني تقريبا كملت 2/3 من الرحلة مالتها. Still having a great time but missing home like crazy. Been in New Zealand nearly a week and have met up with Catherine at last. Like it lots here. It has many advantages يعني مميزات over Australia. The main ones being that it's smaller and cooler. Still, 3 weeks in Oz had its good points despite the 44-degree heat. Kangaroo Island near Adelaide was my favorite place. Lots of wildlife. Did I tell you I'd seen platypuses there? platypuses هنا يعني معناها خلد الماء. هذا مثل كائن بالبحر، حتى شكل المنقار مالته بالضبط مثل شكل منقار البطة، لكن يسموه خلد الماء. وهنا lots of wildlife يعني الحياة البرية. lots يعني lots الكثير من. Here in New Zealand, first thing we did was buy a car. Went to the classy sounding Dell's car and using our extensive mechanical knowledge extensive يعني الشامل أو الواسع. extensive mechanical knowledge يعني المعرفة الواسعة للميكانيك. يعني دا تضحك أكيد هي ما عندها معرفة واسعة. chose a car and gave it a thorough examination. هنا thorough معناها complete شامل. examination فحص شامل، يعني that is to say شنو الفحص الشامل كان checked the lights worked and the glove box could hold 8 large bars of chocolate. It's going okay so far, but sometimes makes strange noises. We're taking things nice and slow now. Have already seen dolphins, whales and enormous يعني هنا big albatrosses هذا يعني القطرس، هذا هم طائر بحري كبير يصير. So that's it for now. We're heading up the west coast next. Thanks for all your emails. It's great to get news from home. Can't wait to see you. I'm sending you photos so you won't forget what I look like. Sophie. Catherine sends her best. هنا صديقتها كاثرين تسلم على أهلها. لاحظوا قبل الإيميل مال ماكس واللتر مال ماكس وكذلك الإيميل أوف صوفي، تلاحظون هي أكو بعض السنتنسز أو الكلمات هي colloquial يعني عامي غير فصيح. مثلا هاي classy sounding and it's okay so far. هسه راح نجي عليها إن شاء الله. Which tenses can you identify؟ هاي هواي tenses إن شاء الله إحنا راح ناخذها. Okay. Informal writing often has lots of colloquial language and words missed out. Informal writing هاي يعني كتابة بطريقة غير رسمية. Often has lots of colloquial language دائما بها لغة يعني عامية غير فصيحة and words missed out أو بعض الكلمات يعني يلغوها بطريقة الكتابة. For example, kind of boring هاي Max letter means quite boring. Been here 2 days but seems like forever بعد طريقة الكتابة means I've been here 2 days but it seems like forever. Cause that is American and cause English means because. What do stuff and hanging in there means in Max's letter؟ أكو كلمة stuff و hanging in there. Max letter. Stuff means activities, something you do. And hanging in there means not giving up though it is difficult. يعني يعني باقي يتحمل ومدى يعني يتحمل الشيء اللي هو موجود به. So stuff means activities. Hanging in there means not giving up even though it is difficult. Find colloquial words in Sophie's email and express them less colloquially. We'll find examples where words are missing. نرجع لSophie's email. تلاحظون بSophie's email مثلا أكو missing you like crazy هنا. Missing you like crazy means missing you very much. Like it lots means like it very much. هنا Oz يعني مختصر أستراليا. Lots of wildlife هاي كلها colloquial means lots الكثير من of wildlife. Classy هنا قلنا classy sounding went to the classy sounding means يعني النيم sounds fashionable classy sounding يعني الاسم مالته كأنما هي fashionable and high quality وفد نوعية عالية جدا. طبعا هنا استخدمتها يعني بصورة بسخرية. Going okay means working alright, everything is alright. Nice and slowly here, nice and slowly means she's relaxed يعني at a relaxed pace. Pace means step or speed. She's relaxed. اوكي الميسنج وورد الوردز يعني اغلب الكلمات اللي ما موجوده ملغيه هي السبجكت pronoun والاوكسيلياري verbs. For example here still having a great time must be I'm still having a great time. Been in New Zealand here must be I've been in New Zealand and so on. So the missing words are subject pronouns and auxiliary verbs. Okay, identifying past tenses, the tenses, identifying the tenses. Complete the tense chart, use the verb work for the active here and make for the passive. The first one, active, simple and continuous. He works, we are working. The past, she worked. The continuous, I was working. Future, they will work. You will be working here. Present perfect, we have worked. She has been working. Past perfect, I had worked here. And future perfect, they will have worked and he will have been working. The passive for the verb make, the simple, it is made continuous, they are being made. The past, it was made. The continuous, it was being made. The future, they will be made. Present perfect, they have been made. The past perfect, it had been made. And the future perfect, they will have been made. Speaking English, missing words out. Which words are missing in these lines from conversations? Ako missing words in spoken English here. Heard about Jane and John getting engaged. Here, the missing word is have you heard about Jane? Have you heard in the beginning? Leaving already, what's wrong? Are you leaving already here? Failed again. Have you failed again? إذن أكو كلمات في بداية ال questions or the sentences in the beginning of these there are missing words. Here, I'm sorry, number 4. I'm sorry. Number 5. Are you doing anything interesting this week? Number 6. I like the car. When did you get it? Number 7. Goodbye, Joe. See you later. Number 8. I'm just coming. Hang on. Number 9. Want a lift? Do you want a lift? Hop in. Number 10. Have you seen Jim lately? So here are all the missing words. Sorry, something was wrong with the mouse. Okay, expat tales. Expat here means مغترب يعني قصص المغتربين. Expat tales. Here the reading of Thomas Creed in Korea. I'm part of the group now. The only difference is I have brown hair and blue eyes, says Thomas Creed, an 11-year-old originally from Boston, Massachusetts. Thomas says, these days I'm really into soccer. Soccer is a really big deal here ever since they hosted the 2002 World Cup. But Dad doesn't get it. I wasn't a soccer fan either when I first came to Seoul 6 years ago, like my dad. I was a basketball fan, still am, watching all the games. Dad taped cheering from the Celtics, but now me and my friends play soccer all the time. It's hard not to get addicted. Addicted here يعني إدمان مدمن. My best friend Dong Won and I cut out photos of David Beckham and trade them like baseball cards. Why he moved? My dad's an officer in the US Army, but he wasn't always such a big shot. يعني مو يعني not such a big shot يعني مو شخص مو رتبة أو فشي عالي بالarmy. He had tours of duty, which means he's had to move around whether he liked it or not. He lived in places like Germany and Vietnam. My mom and I always stayed back in Boston. She's a scientist. But then my dad and my big brother Patrick both got transferred to Korea. Patrick's 10 years older than me, and he's in the army too. So our whole family moved over. Seoul's cool. There are millions of places called PC rooms, يعني personal computer, where you can play tons of internet games. The city is a lot bigger than Boston too, and way more crowded, يعني مزدحمة, and busy. I didn't like that at first. I couldn't understand what anyone was saying, and people here don't always smile at strangers like they do back in the US. I felt lonely, like I was in the middle of nowhere. Life in Korea. Life's different here. Most homes don't have radiators, يعني المشعات. The heat comes up through the floor instead. يعني كلش حارة بحيث يطلع هو الحرارة تطلع من الأرض يعني من القاع. It's done like this because most Koreans eat cross-legged on floor mats. شلون ياكلون most Koreans eat cross-legged يعني شلون يعني احنا نقول يعني يتربع بالقاع ويقعد يعني crossed legs صايرة crossed his legs are crossed on the floor mats. الماتس يعني الحصيرة. It's easier than using chairs but it gives my father leg cramps. لكن أبو التوماس يعني يصير برجله تشنجات cramps. It's also normal to roll out mattresses and sleep on the floor. يلفوها للماترس للحصيرة and sleep on the floor. That's how I sleep over at Dongwon's house. Dongwon's هذا اسم great and helped me a lot when I first started elementary school here. I was 5 and didn't know anything or anybody and was pretty scared. I even made my dad wait for me in the next room. Now I can speak Korean fluently, but learning Chinese characters stinks. Stinks يعني نتن أو ذات رائحة كريهة. يعني stinks فتشي يعني زعجة يعتبره نتن. I always do badly on those tests. I can eat spicy foods like kimchi and I've read a lot of Korean books and stories which I like. kimchi هنا نوع من الأكل Korean food. What he misses. What I miss most are American comics. I know it's stupid because there are lots of comics here, but they are different. They don't have superheroes like Spider-Man who always have something cool to say even when the bad guy is beating him up. Also, I wish basketball was more popular. I love soccer, but no one understands how awesome a slam dunk can be. But I like living here. The people are really nice and maybe I'll be a translator one day or even better a great soccer player like David Beckham. هنا awesome means هنا مخليها الستار means incredible. Slam dunk means when a basketball player jumps up above the basket and pushes the ball down into it. Compound nouns and adjectives. Words can combine to make new words. Words can combine to make new words. Look at the examples here. Some are nouns and some are adjectives. Life, lifestyle, lifelong, life size, life expectancy, life insurance. Lifestyle here is a noun. Lifelong, an adjective. Life size, an adjective. Life expectancy, a noun, and life insurance is also a noun. Okay, your dictionary can tell you when to use hyphens and spaces. Okay, هاي الهايفن هذا الخط يعني you use a dictionary to know if you use a hyphen or not. Okay, how many new words can you make by combining words on the left with the words on the right here? Which are nouns and which are adjectives? You use home with some of these and the word house with the other words. Here, home work, home made, home sick, home town, home coming, home less, home ground, home page, and house wife, house proud, house plant, house bound, house warming. The nouns are homework, home town, home page, and house wife. Only these four are nouns and the others are adjectives. Make compounds by combining words from one of the boxes in A with as many words as possible from B. Use a dictionary to help. You can also use a dictionary, but I will tell you the words. Bookcase, bookshelf. I will use words with these words in these columns from these words. Bookcase, bookshelf, computer, software, computer program, airline, air mail, junk food, food poisoning, tea bag, tea pot, sleeping pill. Sleeping also you can use bag. Fire bell, fire escape, fire alarm, headline, headway مثل اسم كتابكم, headlight, head office, head rest. Only these words that I have mentioned, يعني word و door و open ما حاجة إلها. Only book, computer, air, junk, food, tea, sleeping, fire and head. The music of language. هنا يعني موسيقى اللغة. The music of a language is made of three things. Here they are mentioning the music of English. So the music of a language is made up of three things: intonation, stress and rhythm. First of all, intonation يعني النغم. The up and down of the voice, up and down of the voice, النغم. بقى هنا السهم. excuse me هاي down، بقى أول شي up of the voice، هذا الانتونيشن، هذا التعريف مالته، the up and down of the voice. excuse me up and down. here really down and then up. really. stress اللي هي النبرة، the accented syllables in individual words. الsyllables المقاطع، بهاي مسويها بغير لون، هذا المقطع يعني. فالستريس اللي هي النبرة the accented syllables المقاطع in individual words. chocolate هاي هنا يصير عليها ستريس، النبرة تصير قوية عليها. chocolate. fantastic. dessert. الرhythm اللي هو الإيقاع. the stressed syllables over a group of words. هنا على مجموعة كلمات، مو individual word، مو كلمة واحدة مثل stress، لا على مجموعة كلمات. the stressed syllables over a group of words. الرhythm اللي هي الإيقاع. what you mean you're not coming. what do you mean you're not coming. So these are all the music of English, or is that which is made of three things اللي هي الانتونيشن، النغم، الستريس، النبرة and rhythm، الإيقاع. Thank you.